If you are a real estate agent or their assistant or a property manager or even an owner who rents out your property as a vacation rental, I want to show you 3 quick tips to make it possible to shoot your own video tours of a property that look professional and way better than most of the videos shot on a smartphone. Here are 3 tips from our course Mobile Video Pro for Real Estate, currently 80% off, to get you started shooting better real estate videos on just your phone. Enjoy. Before we get started with shooting in the camera app for iOS devices, I want to make sure that we're shooting at the highest resolution possible. So we're going to go into settings, and then under camera, we're going to click on record video. We want to make sure that's set to 4K at 30 frames a second. If your phone can't shoot 4K, it should give you another option for 2K or 1080p, 1080 HD. But we want to make sure that for our stock camera app, we're shooting at the highest resolution possible, which is 4K at 30 frames a second. All right, that's done. So now let's go into the camera app. And as you can see, before we touch anything, as you move it around, you see that it is auto adjusting for exposure based on how much light is in the shot. Well, while we're shooting our clips, we do not want that to be adjusting while we're shooting. So we're going to lock the exposure and lock the focus in the stock camera app. And this is for the same for iPhone, iOS devices, and for Android devices. We're going to click on the screen to set an exposure point, and that looks good. We're going to expose just for that wall right there, and click and hold it, and then the yellow box AE/AF lock comes up. That means the exposure is locked. So now if we move it around, it's not going to be adjusting like it was before, which is good because that can be really distracting. So now that we have that locked, we can get our shot. I'm just gonna go pan from side to side just for an example of a shot there. Shooting with just your hands can make for some shaky footage. By using a gimbal, you can smooth out your video footage and stabilize your phone as you take video. We can have that facing, and we're gonna just press and hold the M button right here. That's gonna power it on. It'll flip it vertical, and so we can double tap the M button right here to flip it horizontal. All right, just like that. We can use the joystick to tilt the camera whichever way, left or right, upside down, but also we can turn it and it will turn face up and down. So there's a little finesse to getting smooth movements, and that just comes with you're practicing a little bit. There's also a switch on the back right here that when you press that locks all of the gimbals in place. So a good example is that if I'm moving this, obviously it's tilting the camera, but if I hit the trigger, it's gonna keep the camera in place. So holding the trigger is really good for doing the tracking shots, the dolly shots back and forth to keep it nice and steady, as opposed to this where you might go up or down and just wiggle the shot a little bit. So hitting that trigger to get a nice smooth shot, even going back and forward is super handy with that little trigger button. We want to make sure that we are capturing 2 to 3 wide shots of the main rooms, like the living room, the kitchen, and the master bedroom. We want to capture 2 to 3 wide shots of each of those rooms, as well as 1 to 2 medium shots, and also 1 to 2 tight shots. When it comes to the smaller rooms, like a dining room or a bedroom or office, you can capture 1 to 2 wide shots, 1 medium shot, and 1 tight shot. Now again, these are just recommendations that I have based on all the shoots that I've been on and how I've edited my videos together. Obviously, you are free to do however many of those 3 kinds of shots you want in the video. But we also need to keep in mind that we don't want our videos to be much more than 2 or 3 minutes long. So obviously we don't need to capture so many shots for every single room. We don't want to show every square inch of the house. We want to make sure that we show the best parts of the house. We want people that are watching the video to be able to experience the house, get a really good feel and layout of the house, and feel the urge to contact you or contact the agent in order to schedule a booking. Those were 3 tips from our Mobile Video Pro for Real Estate course you can watch right now by clicking the link in the description. The course is currently 80% off for only $57, our lowest price ever. We cover everything you need to know to shoot your own videos for properties using just your phone, regardless if you have an iPhone or an Android phone. This is the perfect course for real estate agents, property managers, and owners, especially on home sharing platforms. Click the link in the description to get 80% off and start shooting better videos with just your smartphone.